Hello, first graders. Today we will be doing our Dinosaurs Before Dark reading for chapters 7 and 8. Before we get started, though, let's go ahead and recap it. So remember Jack and Annie, now they have discovered that they are in a time long, long ago. And now they are just meeting all sorts of different kind of dinosaurs, and they're discovering new things. They are probably the first people, this is what they keep saying, is that they are probably the first people to ever see a real-life dinosaur. So Jack has been taking notes because he's very smart, and that's what you do to record different findings, is you'll take notes. So far they've met the Pteranodon, they've met a Triceratops, they have met an Anatosaurus, and then at the end of the chapter, what was that big dinosaur they ran into? Right, remember they saw that Tyrannosaurus Rex, okay? So we'll see what kind of shenanigans Annie and Jack get themselves into, and we'll get started with Chapter 7, okay? Chapter 7 is ready, set, go. "Run, Annie, run!" cried Jack. "To the treehouse!" They dashed down the hill together, through the tall grass, through the ferns, past the Pteranodon, and right to the rope ladder. They scrambled up. Seconds later, they tumbled into the treehouse. Annie leaped into the window. "He's going away," she said, panting. Jack pushed his glasses into place. He looked through the window with her. The Tyrannosaurus was wandering off. But the monster stopped and turned around. "Duck!" said Jack. The two of them hunched down. After a long moment, they raised their heads. They peeked out again. "Coast clear," said Jack. "Yay," whispered Annie. We have to get out of here," said Jack. "You made a wish before," said Annie. "I wish we could go back to Frog Creek," said Jack. Nothing happened. "I wish... Wait. You were looking at a picture in the dinosaur book, remember? The dinosaur book?" Jack groaned. "Oh no! I left the book and my pack on the hill. I have to go back." "Oh, forget it," said Annie. "I can't," said Jack. "The book doesn't belong to us. Plus, my notebook's in my pack with all my notes." "Hurry," said Annie. Jack hurried down the rope ladder. He leaped to the ground. He raced past the Pteranodon and through the ferns, through the tall grass, and up the hill. He looked down. There was his pack, lying on the ground. On top of it was the dinosaur book. But now the valley below was filled with Anatosauruses, while standing guard around the nest. Where had they been? Did fear of the Tyrannosaurus send them home? Jack took a deep breath. "Ready, set, go!" He charged down the hill. He leaped to his backpack. He scooped it up. He grabbed the dinosaur book. A terrible tuba sound. Another! The Anatosauruses were bellowing at him. Jack took off. He raced up the hilltop. He started down the hill. He stopped. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was back, and he was standing between Jack and the treehouse. Chapter 8. A Giant Shadow. Jack jumped behind the magnolia tree. His heart was beating so fast he could hardly think. He peeked out at the giant monster. The horrible-looking creature was opening and closing his jaws. His teeth were as big as steak knives. "Don't panic. Think." Jack peered down the valley. Good. The duck-billed dinosaurs were sticking close to their nests. Jack looked back at the Tyrannosaurus. Good. The monster still didn't seem to know he was there. "Don't panic. Think. Maybe there's information in the book." Jack opened the dinosaur book. He found Tyrannosaurus Rex. He read, "Tyrannosaurus Rex was the largest meat-eating land animal of all time. If it were alive today, it would eat a human in one bite." Great. The book was no help at all. Okay, he couldn't hide on the other side of the hill. The Anatosauruses might stampede. Okay, he couldn't run to the treehouse. The Tyrannosaurus might run faster. Okay, maybe he should just wait. Wait for the monster to leave. Jack peeked around the tree. The Tyrannosaurus had wandered closer to the hill. Something caught Jack's eye. Annie was coming down the rope ladder. Was she nuts? What was she doing? Jack watched Annie hop off the ladder. She went straight to the Pteranodon. She was talking to him. She was flapping her arms. She pointed at Jack, at the sky, at the treehouse. She was nuts. Go back up there, go back up the tree, Jack whispered. Go. Suddenly, Jack heard a roar. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was looking in his direction. Jack hit the ground. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was coming toward the hill. Jack felt the ground shaking. Should he run? Crawl back into Dinosaur Valley? Climb the magnolia tree? Just then, a giant shadow covered Jack. He looked up. The Pteranodon was gliding overhead. The giant creature sailed down toward the top of the hill. He was coming straight for Jack. Okay, so boys and girls, that finishes chapter 7 and 8. Oh, I am at school, so if you just heard the bell, that is what you heard. Alright, boys and girls, let's go on to our journal response. Remember, we are working out of the green journal. And our question today says, what do you think will happen next? So think about what was happening at the end of chapter 8, and I want you to make your best prediction about what is going to happen next. Now, your sentences can start off, I think blah, blah, blah will happen next. So you'll have to say something in between. Get creative. Come up with your own sentences. I'm not going to give you an example right here just because there's so many different ways we can start our sentence. But what I want you to remember is start with a capital. Do my words make sense when I read them back? And do I have punctuation at the end? Okay? And then go ahead. You can draw a picture of what you think is going to happen next. Alright, thanks, first graders. Join me next time for chapters 9 and 10.